a special Steam event for VolticPistol. Replay or start playing the classic 2D medieval cyberpunk platform shooter in a special Halloween mode. Why would a medieval cyberpunk game have a Halloween mode? Good question. We got pumpkins, ghosts, masks, tombstones, and more. Pick up the game today on Steam for a special Halloween sale price.
Hello and welcome to round 4 of the RaceVerse IndyCar Challenge powered by BK Paint. You are at the Phoenix Raceway. It goes by different names now, but we'll call it Phoenix Raceway. For the Sunset Arctic VolticPistol Duel in the Desert 125. Yes, that's a mouthful, and I'm going to have to watch how I say that every single time I say it during the race. But thanks for joining us this Sunday morning. In the virtual world, it is a very early Sunday morning here at Phoenix. As you can see the golden glow of dawn. Right now we're following the Dallara of Jim Herrick, running the LMCgear.com livery. That's probably a good time to mention that LMCgear.com wants to be your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle and camping and backpacking needs. Specializing in camping gear that is ultralight and compact, as well as motorcycle accessories to help you get your gear safely down the road on whatever type of bike you ride. Check out lightweightmotorcyclecampinggear.com now. Let's go ahead and show you the current configuration of the track that we'll be doing today. We will be using the Legacy track. This is the one without the open dogleg. I guess you would call this the classic IndyCar track, the one that the IndyCars have raced on since the 60s. Way back to the 60s. Used to be that IndyCar raced up here about twice a year up until about the mid-80s. And then after that, they went to once a year. And then eventually it was dropped from the schedule from CART altogether. And then the Indy Racing League picked it up. And they raced here up until about 10 years, or maybe less than that. I have to look up my stats just to be sure. But they stopped coming here as well. And I don't know if a lot of that has to do with NASCAR owning the track. Or just poor attendance. I think a little column A, a little column B. But it's a historical track on the IndyCar circuit, and really it's no surprise that RaceVerse would want to choose this as a venue because IndyCars really need to come back to this track. Milwaukee and this track. They could be boring races, but IndyCars still need to belong there. Here is the point situation. After 4 rounds, you have Jal Ritter with 154, Alex Van de Sant with 145, Julian Altenen with 136, Dave Stedman with 130, Dakota DeBade 129, Jim Herrick with 74, Rick Ravon with 70, Boss Man Matt Houston with 63, Thomas Gould, who we haven't seen since the opener, I think, at 59, and Shane Coogan, who will be joining us today, with 50. That is rounds out your top 10 with 1 race to go. And if you're following along at home and you think, hey, I'd like to participate in RaceVerse IndyCar Challenge powered by BK Paints. They have one more race left. It is November 8th at the Milwaukee Mile, and I believe the Milwaukee Mile is being lowered to 125 laps. We'll see, but it's at least going to be at the Milwaukee Mile. Check it out on iRacing. Search it up in the league's area. Join if you'd like, and you'll be welcome to run the historic 1 mile oval with the rest of the crew, as you see here on the stream. We'll take a look at Dakota DeMade's here car. He is currently number 1 on the speed chart here in practice with a 20.165. And yes, folks, we now show speed because time does not matter here on an oval. Only speed matters on an oval. Get that right, iRacing. Nobody cares about time on an oval. We only care about speed. Session's over. Joe Ritter actually does take the top spot, 179.944. DeMade, 179.707. Rayvon, 179.675. Altena, 179.191. And Bossman Houston, 178.847. That is your top 5 as we are getting ready to start qualifications. So while we were looking at Dakota here, VolticPistol, he is a developer of, and that is the sponsor of today's race. VolticPistol is a single-player, medieval, cyberpunk platformer game for PC developed by Dakota, who is starting his qualification run right here. Link is in the description to the Steam store. Buy it or put it in your wish list today. Lap 1 for Dakota. Through the dog leg. Into turn 3, inner high, down to the groove, keeping some distance between himself and the yellow line. Down the 4th gear. First lap, 178.027. 5th gear into turn 3. Bringing it down a little bit lower this time to the yellow line. Floats out for the exit. Another lap in the books. And improves to 178.922. Whoa, got really close to the wall there. Not as slow before pushing out this time. Hear him lift the throttle a little bit in the 5th gear. No improve on the speed on that one. I think as he's rolling out of it here. Collecting himself into turn 3. Exit main straight, start finish. Let's hop on with the current fast lap holder, Julian Altena. He just did a lap at 180.014. Wow. Nice run. Nice run. Still 2.5 minutes to go in qualifications. And if you think that's fast, wait till you hear the IndyCar track record. And I just did a cardinal sin of... Just did a cardinal sin. I had the layover on top of... It's gonna dock me pay. Just gonna dock me pay. That's awful. Poor form, Gary. Anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Gary, make sure to remove that.
Here comes the director in my ear. Yeah. But hey, think of it as radio, right? Think of it as radio. Now might be a good time to talk about BK paints. If you're looking for a paint job for your NASCAR or Wing Sprint, look no further than BK Paints. Link is in the description to their Facebook group where you can purchase a custom livery for your iRacing car. Do it today, buy 2 today. 1 for daytime, 1 for a night race. Why not? BK Paints, powering RaceVerse IndyCar Challenge. So the current track record for IndyCar, which is the 2-lap qualifying, and this was set in 2017 by Helio Castroneves with a 37.7538. That's time. No one cares about that. With a speed of 194.905 miles per hour. Let's take a look at the grid. If it will ever load. The grid's not loading for some reason, but that's okay. We have at least the order of qualifying, how they finished. We have Altena and Coogan in row 1, Houston and Maid in row 2, Ray Vaughn and Brieskorn in row 3, Van de Sant and Herrick in row 4, and Ritter alone in row 5. If you like these camera angles, be sure to follow Douglas Beard on the iRacing forums. He developed a lot of these based upon Fox and some of the TV streams. If you like these, be sure to follow him and check him out on the forums for iRacing. Field going around the wide end of the track, coming out of turn 3 into turn 4. Pace truck is off. Field is under the command of Julian Altena. Coming down to the green flag, and we're green. Julian is off, barreling down to turn 1, and now we have the grid that pops up. There we go. After a little bit of technical wizardry, we get the ticker back going again. Julian with about a 0.8 second lead over Van de Sant. And Coogan, the maiden 4th, Ritter in 5th, who's come out from the last starting spot. Ravon is 6th, Houston 7th, Briscoe in 8th, and Herrick in 9th. Lap 7 of 125. Current fast lap is Julian with a 20.322. Julian is purple. Julian in the blue and black liveried Velocity Online racing car. Came oh so close to winning last race at Dover. That was a fantastic finish. Hope you guys got a chance to watch that. And if you're watching the stream, as a matter of fact, and you're just joining us, this is the RaceVerse IndyCar Challenge powered by BK Paints. We are at Phoenix for the, and yes, we're going to say it very slowly so we do our sponsors justice. It's the Sunset Arctic VolticPistol Duel in the Desert 125. If you're following along on the stream, feel free to ask me any questions you might have there in chat, or hit me up on Twitter at Gary Godso. Let's go back a little bit further in the field. Let's check out Alex. New livery, new sponsor for him. Really close to the wall. Great shot coming down that main straight. So if you're unfamiliar with Phoenix at all, Phoenix is an oval. Yes, you're going around the circle basically, but it is a oddly shaped oval. It is tighter at the turns 1 and 2 end, but you'll see here they will actually have to slow down, possibly even downshift here. Then they come out, and then there's this dog leg midway down the backstretch. The newer version of the track has opened the dog leg up, which allows for folks to take advantage of cutting the dog leg. But in the spirit of IndyCar racing, it wasn't there before, and why should it be there now? We race with the grass there. Go back a little bit further. There's Dakota. Today's title sponsor holder right there. Has Zhao hot on his heels. This is probably the closest battle on the track. Let's watch this one. The draft does play a little bit of a role here. Also does the aero push, as you typically see in IndyCar races. As you see, the IndyCars do have the high downforce package here, which you've seen in most of the races that we've been in this year. And that really helps a lot. But aero push still is a thing. Zhao is right on the gearbox. Has a look to the inside. Side by side. Turn 3, turn 4. Bound the main straight. Not going to pull it off. Into turn 1. Zhao taking a look to the inside. Going to low line. He almost had it. And we have a pass for the lead. As you saw there at the tail end of that previous shot, Alex got alongside and pulls off the pass on Julian. And we have a pass going further on back. Again, side by side, through the dogleg, into turn 3. DeMade with the shorter line. Altenis looks like he's falling slowly off the pace. Maybe the tire is going away. Maybe he brushed the wall. We don't know yet. But Zhao's all over him. Gearbox, whoa! Jerks it out, and that doesn't sound right. But that's what happened. And don't jerk the wheel in IndyCar racing. Don't jerk the wheel. Oh, we got a battle brewing up further on back here. Rick Rivon! Rivon with the line on the outside, the slightly faster line than the Maid. The Maid is... Man, he's just not getting any breaks here. Rivon pulls off the pass, and now he's all over Antenna. High side, turn 2, pulls it off. Now the Maid looking to the inside of Altena. And if Altena doesn't look out, he's got Coogan in his car. They're going to follow him right on through. Three wide. Nope, thought better against it. You really don't want to do 3 wide at this track. Julian up high in turns 3 and 4. DeMaid, good shot of the cockpit there. Going back to Shane. And the boss man right behind him. You know, everyone's really pretty good together here. It looks like Van de Sant is working on about a half-second lead over Ritter. Yeah, I'm thinking Altena tires have gone away or something. It is... Whoa, boss man. Houston had to check up a lot there, and that's going to open the door for probably Breescorn. Actually, it was a pretty good recovery on Matt's part. He is back in it, and he is now passing Julian. So Julian is now down to 6th. And he's being attacked heavily by Coogan. And Coogan gets the line on the inside. Julian pushes up in turn 3. And Coogan gets the pass. Positions for Coogan. Altana down to 7th now. Our early leader down to 7th. And pole sitter. Back up to the front. They're your leaders. You have our points leader and our race leader. This is going to get interesting. Zhao's right there. Caution on the racetrack. And let's see what happened. We have Jim. Henry's good. And it looks like our pole sitter, early leader, is having some difficulties. And let's see what happened here. So it looks like he... Wow. Behind Coogan, into turn 3, Breescorn gets the line on him. Okay, alright, we see exactly what happened there, and that is most unfortunate. I think Breescorn kind of got up into a little bit pushed coming out of turn 4. Let's get in the roll bar of Julian here so we can take a look here. Oh, I don't know if he even touched. Or it might have been the infamous net code. Rescoring Henry there, down to 4th. Up in the 5th. Looking for that line. Oh, I'm pushing up. I'm pushing up. I really can't see on that one. Can we see on any of the suspensions here? Maybe this one. I don't think we had contact physically. I think we might have had a netcode situation there. Let's bring it back to live TV here, under caution. Rescoring actually is your leader. He chose not to pit. At least that's what the timing and scoring is saying, even though we see 2 cars ahead of him on the racetrack. We got 1 pitting. And I think Zhao is going to get the wave around. Oh, okay. Rescoring is pitting. All right, there we go. Small boxes here at Phoenix. Pneumatic jacks up, new rubber on, fresh fuel, and away he goes. Just like that. I mean, all in all, he was only on, he pitted on lap 34, and, 34 seconds in and out for pit. Not too bad. So let's refresh the leaderboard once more. After 35 of 125. As we're getting ready to go green. Zhao leads them down. It's Ritter, Van de Sant, Ray Vaughn, Houston, DeMade, Coogan, Herrick, Rescorn, and Altena. Altena is a lap down, 2 laps down.
Yellow.
So, yellow again. What happened? Well, I'm going to go ahead and get in the cockpit here of Breezecorn. We're going to see what
Apparently it was Matt Houston.
And we have our in-car reporter, Rick Ravon. Rick, how's it going out there? How's it going out there?
So far so good. Had a miserable qualifying session. Ended up in the back of the field, but we're running 3rd now, so...
Yeah, we've seen you storm up.
The handle of this.
So we are riding along with Matt Houston here, the boss man, going into turn 1, and it just comes around. And I think he might have clipped the maid in the process. We'll see. We'll jump into the maid's car here.
Cold tires combined with maybe a little too much weight jacker there, Gary.
Yeah, you know what? You might have the recipe for exactly what happened. We're riding along with Dakota the Maid here, coming down to the green. And we'll keep it slow here. And there it goes. And yes, I think the Dakota did lose one of the front wings, so that's going to have to cause him to make a extended pit stop. Yeah, cold tires, weight jacker. You probably hit it on the head. We're back live. In the car of our leader and points leader, Zhao Ritter.
Zhao is an excellent sim racer. Raced with him many times in the iRacing official series. Knows what he's doing. No surprise that he's leading the points.
Yeah, he kind of had a rough day at Dover, but Dover, it's an acquired taste. Not everyone does well at that particular track. Didn't have the greatest day at Summit Point, but when it comes to these flat, tight ovals, he really seems to have the combination clicked in pretty good. Of course, he did win our opening race here at Gateway. He's doing really good here, and we got a mile flat oval coming up here in 2 weeks at Milwaukee for the season ender. And if he's still leading the points by that point, that might be to his benefit. So, Zhao, you've heard it from the man that races with him quite a bit. He is a skilled sim racer.
It most certainly is. I was actually a little disappointed with his performance at Dover. He got involved in something early, but then as a slow car on the racetrack, not like Zhao to hold up the leaders, but that's exactly what he did. And kind of got in the way there, but that was a little uncharacteristic for Zhao.
Yeah, I think he got held up, or his initial instance possibly was netcode related. But yeah, once you're into the wall, netcode or not, it just makes for a long day, long frustrating day, and you're just trying to salvage it. And there was a point where, yeah, he was in front of the leaders, and there was really not much place. At Dover's, there's really not very many places to duck out either, because the place is so fast. But yeah, he was in the middle of that at that fight at the front. Coming to green. Ritter, Van de Sant, Ravon, Coogan, Herrick, Brieskorn, DeMade, Altena, and Houston. I think Houston now is still in the pits. Might be. Let's check the timer. No, he's actually out. About 177-second pit stop there for Matt. He's 2 laps down. Going green. Ritter on the gas in the 1, followed by Van de Sant and Ravon. Van de Sant taking a look to the inside, has the line in turns 3 and 4, pulls alongside, down the main straight. Nope, going to tuck back inside. And that opens the door for Ravon. Rick is coming up here. Ravon is on the gearbox of Ritter, trying to figure out where should I go. Takes a look to the high side, cuts down low to the yellow line. Over, under. He has the position and is now underneath Ritter. Ritter's got to concede. And there he goes. Ravon has the position and is now attacking Van de Sant. And if you follow any of the leagues and streams, and you saw on the TILMCgear.com IndyCar series this week, Monday, they had a race at Homestead. And Rick got the drop on Alex at the green-white checker finish there. It wasn't really a green-white checker, but it just happened to be a green-white checker finish there at the very end, and finished second at Houston. So Houston at Homestead. So Rick got the drop on Alex in that particular day. Alex got to be looking in his rearview mirror, seeing that Gould charge coming up on him. Rick taking the high side and turn 1 and 2, looking for that long, fast run going down the backstretch through the dog leg into turns 3 and 4. Up high again, looking to get a run. Down the main straight. Last lap speeds, Van de Sant, 177.992. Ravon, 176.842. Maybe a little aero push is holding him back there. Maybe letting the tires cool off. We'll see. Falls back just a little bit. No big deal. Still within attacking distance. Altena, despite being 2 laps down, 178.225. He might be racing a little bit of anger.
If we have a long green flag run here, Gary, I have a feeling you're going to see Van de Sant pitting earlier than everybody else, because he is wicked fast right now. My my hunch is that he short-filled that car and is running light.
I will give Alex a lot of credit. He is very good with strategy, and if you don't need to fill the car up 100%, he probably would be one of the drivers that would not fill the car up to 100% if he didn't have to. Some folks think as soon as you hit pit road, regardless of what you need, you put in 18 gallons. Folks, you only need enough gas to finish, and we don't do green, white checkers here. So all you need to do is have enough gas to get to the advertised distance. That is it. Through the dogleg, into turn 3, high entrance, midline through the corner, down to the yellow line a little bit at the apex, off to turn 4 down the main straight, and the cross start finish line. That's how fast they go here. As the field kind of settles down, let's go back a little bit through the field, see what everyone else is doing. Get a little camera time for everybody. Rick in the Rick Mears Gold Charge. 1981-82 livery classic. Going into turn 1, second place.
It's surprising to me. I've heard other broadcasters, when they call this car, they call it the Gold Charge. Forgetting there's a U in the middle there, Gould. Haven't they ever heard of somebody like Elliot Gould, Thomas Gould? They even call Thomas Gould Thomas Gold. It's Gould.
It's because they don't know IndyCar history. I've got to say, they don't know IndyCar history. Let's take a peek at third place, even though he's not third place on the track. That would be Altena. Third place is Shane Coogan with a solid run in that 1994 Jimmy Vasser Chip Ganassi Racing livery. Love it. And he adds a little bit of chrome to that. That's just a great look. And in the morning light in this particular track, it looks great. That is a great livery. There's several cars in iRacing that when you see them on the track, you instantly know who it is. Rick is one. Shane is another. When you see those two cars, you know, no question who's driving them and who's in them. Through the dogleg, into turn 3. He's taking a midline in. Keeping that midline all the way through. Exit of turn 4 down the main straight. If you are joining us, we are 57 laps into 125 here at the Phoenix International Raceway. You are watching round 4 of the RaceVerse IndyCar Challenge powered by BK Paints. This is the Sunset Arctic. Told you it's going to be hard. The Sunset Arctic VolticPistol Duel in the Desert 125. Well, we have 9 cars have joined us this morning, and it's been a pretty spirited race. I don't think there's been too many battles that we've missed on the track. The field is getting a little strung out here as the tires kind of wear off. Let's take a look at 4th place, our title sponsored car here. Hey, if you're interested about VolticPistol, VolticPistol is a single-player medieval cyberpunk platformer game for the PC developed by Dakota, who is currently in 4th place in today's race. Link is in the description, and I think we just heard a car spin off, and we have that's Altena again. No yellow. We're still running. Let's take a look and see what happened with Altena. Yeah, he goes spinning through the dogleg. Okay. Washes up, brushes the wall. Yep. And through the dogleg. Recovers almost up in the traffic in front of Dakota. Dakota probably had an oh crap minute there for a second, or an oh crap second there for a minute. And he is back under power. So no caution for that one. Let's bring us back to live TV. Altenna, after getting the pole, leading that first handful of laps, is just having a rough day. And believe me, folks, we've been there. Trust me. I've been there. Back to the front. Alex Van der Sant, last lap at 20.737, followed by Ray Vaughn at 20.858. If you're like me and you require miles per hour on oval, which I do, it's 177.992 for Van der Sant, 176.842 for Ray Vaughn. Julian, despite spinning, is still the fastest car on the track at 178.225. Let's take a look at the best laps of the day. And that 178.225 actually is the fastest lap of the race. Julian is purple. So, hey, you can hang your hat on that one, Julian. Take a look at pit stops. Van der Sant 1, Ray Vaughn 1, Coogan 1. DeMade with 2, probably to fix that damage of his wing that he lost. Ritter with 1, Herrick with 1, Altenna with only 1 despite all of his troubles. Houston with 2, and Brieskorn with 2. Last stops for a lot of these guys. Van der Sant at 32, Ray Vaughn at 32, Coogan at 32, DeMade at 37, Zhao at 32, Herrick at 32, Altenna at 30, Houston at 36, and Brieskorn at 62. That was your last lap stops, last lap pit stops for these guys. Julian Brieskorn in the pit. I do not think that's accurate. We'll see. I should go look at him. And we might have a drop. I don't know. Hey, he might have parked it for the day. Let's pick up Julian there. Not having the best day. -2. Kind of like what I was feeling a little bit in the Vor race last night at Phoenix. I was just wanting the finish, though.
Matt Houston's coming into the pits.
We have a wrinkled wing. He looks like he got into the wall or to somebody. Let's see if his crew can get that fixed real quick. It's not been a great day for him. And again, nothing against his ability. The dude is a much better driver than me. It's just one of those days. One of those days. Pneumatic jacks. Bring the car up. He's down. Now they're just waiting to fix that wing. Painful, painful just sitting there. Just sitting there, it's painful. Hey, let's check out the RaceVerse 1 blimp as it circles overhead. Let's pick up Jim Herrick, currently in 6th place, and currently just went a lap down. Whoa. Or is he? Oh, he's in a battle with Ritter. Sorry. From this altitude, it looks like Ritter's car is about the same color as Van der Sant. Don't forget, LMCgear.com wants to be your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle camping and backpacking needs, specializing in camping gear that is ultralight and compact, as well as motorcycle accessories to help you get your gear safely down the road on whatever type of bike you ride. Check out lightweightmotorcyclecampinggear.com now, the title sponsor or the lead sponsor for Jim Herrick. We are lap 76 of 125. We're rapidly ticking these things off. You are watching the RaceVerse IndyCar Challenge powered by BK Paints. Hey, if you're looking for a paint job for your NASCAR or Wing Sprint, look no further than BK Paints. Link is in the description to their Facebook group where you can purchase a custom livery for your iRacing car today. Purchase 2, purchase 3. Gotta have one for the holidays, right? Get a holidays featured car. Get a night car. Hey, if you're looking for a paint job for your
and I just have my
look no further. I just brought my stream up on another screen here. Just to make sure I can see what you guys see. There we go. So we're following Jim Herrick around in the RaceVerse 1 blimp. He is in the tire tracks of Julian Altena. Let's go back to the front. Just through the dog leg, there is Alex Van de Sant, our leader. Second place, Rick Rayvon. He's about 2 seconds back. Behind him, in that bright red car, Shane Coogan. Oh, and we have a car spinning off behind him, and that is Ritter. Got loose coming out of 1. No yellow on the track. Back up to speed. I think we just got loose. I don't think there's anything else there. Let's check them out. Let's rewind this a little bit here and see what happened to Zhao. Nobody got caught up in this. Everyone managed to avoid him. Let's see what happens. Go back a little bit faster here. Going down, does he clip the apron? No, just I think maybe got into the power a little too soon. That's the only thing I can think of. Doesn't come into contact with anything, really doesn't hit the grass at all. Pretty much hit all tarmac. Well, he's always back underway with maybe some flat spots. Let's go up to TC in the RaceVerse Chopper 1. Following there, our leader, Alex Van de Sant. Drop back to 4th place. Coming out of turn 4, Dakota DeMaid. Jim Herrick, persistence pays. Up to 4th place. Looks like he's stuck a little bit behind Julian. Going to pass Julian on the outside. Julian gets off the racing line, lets him go. Very nice of him. Ritter on the outside, so we got a pass for position here, I think. No, Ritter's a 1 lap down. Well, Ritter's 1 lap down. Whoa! Almost pushes up in the Ritter. Ritter might be on fresher tires at this point. Still Herrick holding down. We got the 3rd spot because we have Shane Coogan just pitted. He's now under power. Alex down on the way in the pits. So we got green flag pit stops going on. We'll see how this shuffles the field. We're watching Shane right now in the pits. Long stop. Might have got caught for speeding. Yeah, someone's wanting to go, and he's ready to go. At the lead, Dakota pulls in through pit stops. Jim Herrick. I think something happened with Herrick. Not sure what happened there. Let's do a shuffle to field. I think we've cycled through, and Van de Sant is now your leader once again. Rick Rayvon is 2.5 back. Rick stopped at lap 84, so he stopped 2 laps sooner than Alex.
Yeah, once again, Ritter's in my way. As far as the arrow push is concerned, I'm getting a terrible arrow push from Ritter, who is a lap down as of right now. So deja vu for me.
And as you see, folks, I mean, this is a perfect camera angle, and we'll pop into Rick's car. Hopefully he doesn't mind the extra ride along.
As long as it doesn't add extra weight.
No, I don't think today. We haven't eaten breakfast yet. Okay, so he's still quite a ways away down the track, and it doesn't take much to get behind a car to get that arrow push effect. And as you see Rick there, he's going to the higher line, trying to find some cleaner air. It also doesn't help. He's being pushed there, kind of, but claiming the cleaner air is about the only way that he can really do this. And Ritter goes to the high side to almost give him the dirty air. Not sure what's going on there. Fifth gear through the dogleg into turn 4, high entrance. Midline through the turn, out of turn 4, down the main straight. Well, the good news, Rick, is at least you can see Alex in front of you, so he's there. So if something happens where he brushes the wall or misses a turn in or a spot, you'll be right there on him.
Yeah, well, that's the only way I'm going to be able to catch him at this point.
I'm assuming you're good to go to the end?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody should be at this point.
Yeah, I think we are. All of us are. Maybe with the exception of Henry, and I think he's retired at lap 62. Again, if you are just joining us, you are joining the RaceVerse IndyCar Challenge powered by BK Paints from the Phoenix International Raceway. Milwaukee's 2 weeks, folks. You are watching the Sunset Arctic VolticPistol Duel in the Desert 125. If you have any questions, comments, what have you, feel free to leave them in the stream chat or on Twitter at Gary Gotso. So I think we got 4 cars left on the lead lap. We have 2 cars with extended pit stops. Houston is at 376 seconds, 77 seconds. So obviously some extended damage there. Herrick might have retired at lap 87. Matt Houston, a 394 second pit stop stay already. And we got a battle for position here with Rick and Shane. Oh, this is going to be good, folks. Let's keep it here. Let's keep it here. Now, Shane is a lap down. These are 2 great racers. And let's borrow some of Fox Crank It Up angles for a new segment, which we're going to call Let It Fly. And folks, if you like these camera angles, on the iRacing forums, check out the user Douglas Beard. He's developed a lot of these based upon the Fox and NBC Sports camera angles from the actual races, from the actual tracks. And you can find many of these from him. These credit to him for all these camera angles. Great job. I know even from just taking screenshots and wanting to get that perfect angle, how much kind of work that is to kind of have to do this with cameras is nuts. It's painstaking work. I know Rick has done some. He has a really good eye on this stuff, and he's done some for some tracks that are really eye-catching. So I do know that it takes a lot of talent to do these cameras. So check out Douglas Beard on the iRacing forums. 100% credit to these angles. For these angles and these cams go to him. We're down to 2 cars left on the lead lap. It is Van de Sant and Ray Vaughn. Ray Vaughn with a 2.5 second gap to Van de Sant. He has a 1 lap lead over Ritter. Ritter to Made are on the same lap. Coogan on his own lap, -2. Altena on his own lap in 6th place at -4. Herrick is retired at 7th position. We are still showing Matt Houston in the pits and counting down, or counting up actually, at 590 seconds in the pits on an extended pit stop for damage. And Henry Brieskorn is retired in 9th place. He is out at lap 62, I think. Julian conceding to the traffic there, allowing him on by. Not a good day for our pole sitter. But folks, we've been there. It's nothing against his driving ability. The man is awesome. Just every now and then you have a bad day. You have a bad day.
Incidentally, speaking of TV camera angles, anybody that really knows me knows that I'm obsessed with the Indianapolis 500, and I painstakingly went through all of those camera angles to get the perfect, as broadcasted by ABC Sports camera angles. So if anybody wants it, I guess you can hook up with Gary. I'll give it to him.
Have you updated them since you put them on the iRacing forums?
Yeah, I have slightly. There's 2 angles too. If you got virtual reality and you want to sit in the turn 2 suites, or on the main straightaway, or actually I put it between 3 and 4 now, so that's actually a little more interesting. It's actually like you're sitting there in the crowd watching a race live. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, you should check those out. He has a version of them on the forums, and if you want the updated version, check with me on the iRacing forums, or just message Rick on the iRacing forums, and he'll make those available to you. But they are really good. I've been to 11 Indy 500s, more than that actually, I think, and when he says it's just like sitting in the stands, it's just like sitting in the stands, folks. It's no lie. And I've had the luxury of being in those suites in turn 2 for like a carb day or 2, and the angle he has on those are pretty much spot on. The cars, when they go through turn 2, if you're in the suites, you can literally look down into the cockpit, and you can see, especially if the driver's wearing light colored gloves, you can see his hands on the wheel and everything. It's just awesome. So if you like that style of realism, check with Rick on the iRacing forums. We are rapidly winding down here, 115 of 125. We're focused in on our leader, Alex Van de Sant, who is kind of just cruising now.
Yeah, he's cruising. I don't know what his roll bars are set at in his weight checker. I'd sure love to know, because he has just been on rails today.
And while we're getting into that window of getting to the end of the race here, let's look at the points real quick. You're going to see Van de Sant is going to make up some ground on Ritter, and DeMade is going to make up some ground on Altena. Rick, you'll make up some ground on Herrick and DeMade and Altena. So we're going to have a tight points battle going into Milwaukee for our season ender here in about 2 weeks.
Well, I'm not even really close to being champion or anything. I don't even know if I'm close to being in the top 5. I missed a lot of races, so I'm not in the running for anything, to be honest with you. I might gain a little bit, but those guys are battling for the championship.
You'll probably crack the top 5. You're in 7th place right now. You'll get close. So 119.
Hey guys, I'm in here now too. I was gonna say Dave's gonna drop back a little bit, but you might not quite catch him in this one, Rick.
Matt Houston joins us
Matt
in the
Houston,
booth.
everybody.
Thank you, sir. I'll let you go.
With the extended pit stop at 831 seconds now in the pits.
Hang around, Houston.
No, I'll stick around in the booth, but I'll let Gary call to the end of the race.
Well, let me ask you a question. As far you were out there on the racetrack tonight, and I think you had a couple of issues out there. Tell us what happened.
Well, the first one was cold tires going in turn 1 and 2. You know, it was probably apex of turn, on that restart. And man, I hadn't looped it like that on this track. So, coming out of the pits, you can occasionally loop it, but not once I was up to speed. So that caught me completely off balance. Luckily, I didn't take out anybody else in that, so I'm happy that I didn't do that. And then otherwise, I was just kind of trying to stay out of everybody's way. I didn't have fast repair after that. And I brushed the wall, just trying to stay out of everybody's way. So didn't do myself any favors.
You might have clipped, or Demaid might have clipped you on that spin that you got loose there.
Yeah, he said he did, but I think he got a front wing. Yep.
Yeah, got a front wing. Yep. Just going through the field here as we wind down the race with 3 laps to go. 5th place, Coogan. 6th place, our pole center, Altina. Herrick is retired. Houston is here with us in the booth. Back up to our leader.
So, quick thing about Jim. So he ran out of fuel going into this pit lane, and he couldn't get a tow.
Oh. Well,
White flags out.
Fuel economy matters. Alex, halfway done to the final lap, down through the dogleg into turn 3, midway through turn 3 to turn 4, down the main straight there with the title sponsor car right in front of him. Alex Van de Sant wins the Sunset Arctic VolticPistol Duel in the Desert 125.
What an alien he was today, Gary.
Yeah, once he passed Julian, and Julian started having his issues, he just took off, and that was it. That was it. Rick does the congrats flyby there.
I was trying. He was slowing down. I wanted to say congratulations and wave to him. Wouldn't it be nice if someday iRacing actually incorporates that as Van de Sant celebrates? If they incorporated something where you could see the Oculus, you could see the helmet, look to the side, or maybe you have gloves and you could see somebody wave or maybe make some other gestures.
Yeah, nice. I'm about to say that could be taken to other meets.
That's something else you could get penalized for in iRacing, right?
I'm going to pull up Alex into the booth here, so he'll be up here in a moment.
So while we're waiting for Alex to join us for the victory interview, Van de Sant first, Ravon second, Ritter third, Demaid fourth, Coogan fifth, Altina sixth, Herrick running out of gas in seventh, Houston eighth, and Brees Korn ninth.
Hey Gary, you got Alex up in the booth.
Alex, after you made that pass on Julian, it was lights out for the rest of the race. Your point of view, what happened? Tell us about it.
Yeah, he might have brushed the wall or something, but he had a decent lead, and it just started coming down. From there, I just focused on staying consistent, putting in good laps, and then Joao jumped me in during the pit stop cycle. So it was a good battle with him to get back around and to keep Rick behind me. But, yeah.
Well, you gained a little ground on Zhao. Zhao finished third, but you, of course, get the bulk of the race points for winning. Your thoughts and outlook going into the final race in Milwaukee?
I feel really good about it. It's going to be tight. I don't know what the gap is going to be now, but it'll probably be like whoever finishes ahead is gonna take it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Mr. Van de Sant, Rick Ravon, the in-race reporter here. I'd like to ask you a question. Now that the race is over with and there's no more secrets, what exactly were your roll bars and weight jackers set at?
To start the stint, I would do 4.2, and then I'd bump it up to 4.3. I kept the weight jacker at 0. I noticed, looking at tire wear data, that the front was going to get scrubbed a lot more, so I could be a little liberal with tightening up the rear end.
Well, that's interesting. I was at 6.1, and I dialed the weight jacker way over to the right, about 7 or 8, trying to keep up with you. But you are the sim racing alien here today. Congratulations on your victory, brother.
Thanks, Rick.
Alex, before we let you go, new livery, new sponsor. We heard you talk about it in the lmcgear.com series, but go ahead and give shout outs to your sponsor and your anyone else that you wish to give greetings to on this Sunday.
Yeah, so I'm not officially sponsored for this series, but always happy to represent the livery for Happy Trails Chili Company, as well as lmcgear.com. And then, big thanks to you, Gary, for doing the broadcast, and thanks to Matt for putting on an awesome season.
Well, there you have it. Thank you very much for joining us in the booth. Your winner today at the Sunset Arctic VolticPistol Duel in the Desert 125, Alex Van de Sant.
Hey, Gary, I'll pull up.
And the crowd goes wild.
And the crowd goes wild. I'll pull up Julian here waiting in the waiting room. So get his feedback about how the race went.
No sense in interviewing second place. He's already in the booth.
Well, okay,
my race was
go
good.
ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, you were watching the whole time there. So go ahead and interview Rick there.
For those who missed it, I had a terrible qualifying session. Started in the back of the field. Had to work my way up. I was surprised I was able to catch those guys and move my way up to third. And then second after the pit stops. And Alex just pulled away from me. There was nothing I could do with him. Okay, now for third place.
Are you really done with it, Rick?
I don't know. You guys have something else there.
Julian has arrived. So, hey, Julian, Gary can interview you now.
Julian, first of all, awesome qual run there. You had the field pretty well covered there. You had the first 20 laps or so pretty well covered. Tire wear get to you? Just the track went away? Just not your day? What happened?
It wasn't my day. The tires went off. I tapped the wall. Everything just went wrong from there. So, yeah.
Did you have to use a fast repair?
Yeah, I did on the when I had an incident. I don't know who it was, but one car pushed up and that put me in the wall. And that's why I was 2 laps down under the yellow as well.
That was Henry, and it might have been netcode. I did not see actual contact on the actual video. I'll have to go back and look at the replay again. I tried to get a good angle, but with time constraints, I wanted to get back to the race. But I did not actually see contact there. So the infamous netcode might have got you.
He probably would have hit me either way. With or without netcode. So yeah. Anyway, that's besides the point. I'm quite disappointed. It's been a terrible day. I had a league race last night in VR and woke up literally half an hour before the race. PC wasn't working, so I had to try to get it to work, and I got it working. Then I pulled out the pole up, which was really, I was really happy with, to have it be like an up moment in my day so far, even though it was quite short. And then the race goes wrong again, so just really disappointed in general. It was my worst performance in a long time. I think even the LMC Gear TI race in Watkins Glen was better than this one, so that's quite an achievement to be worse than that. But it is what it is. Next week Milwaukee, won there last night, so hopefully with a different setup though, I should be strong there as well. So yeah.
Hey, it just proves we're all human. But hey, great pole run, and we'll see you at Milwaukee, and we'll see you next week wherever we're racing here. I think Gateway in the VOR League. So thanks a lot.
Thanks for streaming.
Is that the correct pronunciation of that?
Velocity Online Racing Elvor.
Elvor.
So we have our event sponsor up here in the booth as well.
Oh yeah.
Dakota, fourth place finish. On the lead lap for most of the day. I think you might have lost the wing as a result of the boss man's getting loose in turn 2. Was that the case, and how'd the rest of your day go?
Yeah, I lost the wing from that, but that was no big deal. I hit the wall one too many times during the green flag stints, and that's what took me out of contention there.
Arrow
So
push.
I'm also a bit disappointed in myself, but
Was it the
Yeah.
arrow push? Okay. Yeah, typical arrow
Yeah.
push.
yep.
I would assume all of those Steam sales you're about to get are going to make up for that disappointment.
I hope so.
Well, tell us about VolticPistol while we have you here, and the how to get it, where to find it, all that stuff, and anything else you want to mention, because I think you have something special going on with the holidays, right?
Yeah, so VolticPistol, you can find it on Steam. It is a 2D medieval cyberpunk platformer shooter that I spent about 5 years developing, and yes, most of it all by myself. I did all the programming, all of the art, most of the sound effects. The only thing I outsourced was the soundtrack, and just decided to put it out there, and hopefully people can play it and enjoy it, and I can just keep making games from it. So yeah, it's on the Steam store. You just gotta go to Steam, look up VolticPistol. I got a Halloween sale coming up in about 4 days. So wishlist now, and then you'll get the notification when it goes on sale in another 4 days.
It's awesome. Now, how do you spell that? You said Voltic?
VolticPistol, yes.
Poltic?
Yep.
Okay. Got to check that out, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
I think this
And
league
to
has
add to that,
the
if this guy spent time on this this game, you know it's going to be something amazing. So if you haven't checked it out by now, you've got to check it out. Go get it, download it today.
Thank you, Rick.
Anytime, my man. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Matt, any closing thoughts from the boss man, or no?
We'll be at Milwaukee in 2 weeks. I will post the setup for the drivers here later today, and that'll be the end of our season. And we'll have 3 or 4 cars that are in contention for that championship. That $50.
Hey, cash prize,
Excited for it.
cash money.
That's right.
Well, once again, today from the Sunset Arctic VolticPistol Duel in the Desert 125, your top 9, Vandescent, Ravon, Ritter, DeMade, Coogan, Altena, Herrick, Houston, and Breescorn. As we mentioned, we want to talk about one more time our title sponsor, VolticPistol. It is a single-player medieval cyberpunk platformer game for the PC developed by Dakota. Link is in the description to the Steam store. Like we said, put it on your wish list or buy it today. Also, a lot of today's coverage was brought to you by LMCgear.com. LMCgear.com wants to be your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle camping and backpacking needs. Specializing in camping gear that is ultralight and compact, as well as motorcycle accessories to get you and your gear safely down the road on whatever type of bike you ride. Check out lightweightmotorcyclecampinggear.com now. If you're just joining us now, hey, the stream's over. The race is done, but you are joining RaceVerse IndyCar Challenge powered by BK Paints. If you are looking for a paint job for your NASCAR or wing sprint, look no further than BK Paints. A link is in the description to their Facebook group where you can purchase a custom livery for your iRacing car today. Now, that about covers it. I've had a great time. I hope you enjoyed it. Join us in 2 weeks on November 8th at Milwaukee, where the season will wind up. We probably will have 3 or 4 in championship contention. Should be a good race. Join us then, will you? But I am Gary. Thanks for joining us from the RaceVerse IndyCar Challenge powered by BK Paints from the Phoenix International Raceway with the Sunset Arctic VolticPistol Duel in the Desert 125. Have a great Sunday, folks. Goodbye.
There we go. Gary, did you put the thanks for watching thing up?
I wish there was a way to
broadcast.
Yeah, you're still broadcasting. Hot mic.
There's no way not to have a hot mic.
Now I'm gonna run the Arctic Pistol commercial another time here. as we wind it down.
A special Steam event for VolticPistol. Replay or start playing the classic 2D medieval cyberpunk platformer shooter.
But the glorious voiceover from Dakota.
Why we medieval cyberpunk game? How about
Everybody just went down to the waiting room. Where they moved?
We got pumpkins, ghosts, masks, tombstones, and more. Pick up the game today on Steam
Okay.
for a special Halloween sale price.
Alright, folks, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week, or 2 weeks from Milwaukee.